So we're recording now. Welcome to the webinar. We've got Eric on here, as you guys have heard. Bobby can't make it at the moment. He might join us, but he probably won't because he's in Belgium working. I've been assured that he's not drinking Hoegaarden yet, although I told him he should do, because that's the only thing I can remember about Belgium when I went was the Hoegaarden. Oh, we've got Rowan Carr, my niece. Actually, this is the ongoing joke with me and Rowan. I say she's my aunt, she says she's my niece. So welcome, Rowan. So let me just share my screen quickly. Now we've got the introductions underway, and let's just move on. Right. So as you can see, it says we're not going to waste any time today. Eric is going to start with the training. If you've got any questions, this is Zoom that we're on, as you probably guessed, right, so far. The way that it works is kind of like the chat boxes where you put your comments like, oh, that's interesting, or did you know this? And, oh, yeah, no, it's 10 o'clock, or anything like that. And the Q&A is where you put your questions that we can systematically go through and clear down. So if you got any questions as we're going through, when Eric's doing his training, then just put them in the Q&A and I can clear them down. So in the questions at the moment, we've got Nick from South Africa. Yes, it's London time versus USA. Yeah. And Roger Davis is in Victoria, BC. Excellent. Let's just cancel that. Answer live. Done. Okay. So Eric, I'm going to hand over to you. And if you want to share your screen as you're going, if you've got stuff that you're teaching that doesn't need screen sharing, and you don't have to share your screen, but I'm assuming that you probably will be sharing your screen, yeah?
I'm going to do that right now.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing, hand it over to you. And
all right, give me 1 second. Let me pull up my screen over here.
Okay. Shirley, just looking through the list here.
There we are. Okay, everybody see my screen?
Well, I can. I'm assuming everybody else can.
Okay, very good. Because I'm not going to be looking at the chat. Trevor will be checking on the chat and everything else while
I've got you. I've got your back.
Okay, so what are we going to cover today? I actually have this kind of like segmented out a little bit for you. So I wanted to I sort of set it up so that there's kind of a reveal going forward as we go through these things. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is, well, first of all, what is this whole thing about? So we're going to be talking about YouTube. And the reason we're talking about YouTube is because most of you presumably are customers of Local Video Jackpot. And if you bought your Local Video Jackpot, one of the things you really want to be doing for your customers is helping them to rank on YouTube. That's going to be a huge thing for your customers, and it's going to be something that will keep a customer happy for the long term, as opposed to just telling them a video and then moving on. You can actually keep a customer relationship going for years and years and years. Now, I apologize about my creaking chair, by the way.
It's usually me, so don't worry about that. I'm actually, for once in a while, sitting on a chair that's not creaking, so they're used to that with me.
Anyway, so for the past couple of months, basically, I've been kind of obsessed with learning how to grow on YouTube. And I started out with 87 subscribers, which I know for some people that's actually pretty good. To me, that was terrible. And when I would put up a new video, I was getting maybe one or two views. Yeah. If I would promote it on Facebook or whatever, I might get 6 or 7 views. And now when I promote a video, I'm able to get 500 views. And now I'm up to 435 subscribers. And this is over a period of a few weeks. It didn't take me super long to do this. When I brought this to Trevor, I was saying, I really wanted to wait until I hit 1,000 subscribers. And he was like, no, this sounds really good. I mean, going from 87 subscribers to 435 in a matter of weeks, that's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And more so because of literally in the last few weeks, there's been a lot of big affiliates. When I say big, I'm talking about successful affiliates who are being successful just because of their YouTube channels with no list, that are making like some life-changing incomes. And so that's why I was really excited when Eric mentioned this to me. Yeah. Sorry, Eric, carry on.
So no worries. So anyway, as I said, I've been obsessed with learning about this stuff, and I've spent hundreds of hours watching video after video after video from all these big YouTubers telling me all the wonderful ways of growing a channel fast in 2019. And, I spent a lot of time looking at these things, and I said to myself, I'm calling bullshit on this. I'm pardon my French. But, seriously, like all these videos, a lot of them are good ideas. If you happen to have a big channel already, then these ideas will help you go further. But if you're just starting out, if you're a brand new YouTuber with just a handful of followers, even 0 followers, then these things aren't going to work for you. These people forgot what it was like to start from 0. And so I've spent a lot of time going over these things. I actually saw some really, really terrible ideas. I apologize about my dog. She gets excited.
That's fine.
Anyway, so I saw some really horrible ideas. I'm going to show you a couple of things that people have told me to try. There's actually, I'm not going to show you the video right now, but there's actually a video on YouTube that you can actually look it up on your own. It says something like world record 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 4 days or something like that, or 48 hours, whatever it was. And so I followed along, and I did exactly what the guy said to do, and spent a lot of money on it. Got 8 subscribers out of everything that the guy said to do.
Right. So, yeah.
And I'm going to show you some of these websites that this guy wanted me to actually use. Some really terrible ideas. So let me see if I can share this particular screen, because I'm going to switch the share just a second.
If you've got the tab open, you can just switch the tabs that you've got. So the tab that you've got open at the moment is the notepad. If it's one of the tabs on there, then all right, there you go. Yeah, good.
Okay, so this guy suggested a few things. He said first of all, he said to go onto this website. It's called Share-E. And basically, it's a website for people to share information about their own channels. And he said, pin your channel. You can see over here, you can see it says pin yourself. And frankly, it was a waste of money. I spent like $30, $40 for this thing to pin myself for the month, and I got virtually nothing.
How much did you spend?
About $30, $40 to pin myself for 30 days. So, like, look, it's not a tremendous sum of money, but, it's money.
Yeah, it all adds up, doesn't it? And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do here is make money.
Right.
So, the more that you're spending, that's okay if it's working.
Yep. So the second thing I did was he said to go into this place called Promulta. So let me reload. I have this thing on here that automatically freezes tabs and I'm not looking at. So
yeah, I've got some of that.
What I did was I paid for 300 views, spent $30 for 300 views. Now, Promulta, I did not know at the time what Promulta does. Let me switch the share. I'm going to show you. Actually, let me just do it right here. I'll go into YouTube real quick, and I'm going to show you.
I've got to say, actually, while you're doing that, Eric, I've got to say to all the guys on this call, and any of you that are listening now on a replay, if you've gone through Local Video Jackpot, then you probably realize that Eric is forever coming up with websites that you've never, ever heard of in your life. And I love that, because if I get new training, if it's the same old, you're like, yeah, all right, but you kind of feel like you knew it already. But when you see new stuff, now, obviously what he's showing you at the moment is what not to do, but they're all sites that you've never seen before.
Let me see. I'm trying to find my own video inside of Creator Studio, so just bear with me. I'm going to look it up real quick. Sure, no, I want you to see what happened with this. And it was just like really awful. And had I known what they were doing, I would not have. Here, that's what we want to do. Now the dog seems to finally, nope.
Yeah, don't tempt fate.
I'm going. Okay, so you can see I got almost 3,000 views on this thing.
Right.
The thing is that they were crap views. Basically what they were people who were looking at the video for 30 seconds and then leaving.
Yeah.
And what happened was basically Promoter, what they do is they pay people to go and take a look at your video. They have no interest in what it is, what the video is. All they're doing is showing up in order to get their free money.
Yeah.
And so my retention on this particular video was, I think, about 18% or 15%, something like that, something really, really low.
Yeah, so you got like a 12 and a half minute video, and they're staying for about 30 seconds to qualify for whatever it is that service requires.
And so basically what was happening was that this tells YouTube, this video is not a good video, don't promote it. And so it actually ends up hurting my channel to actually use a service like this. But this is a big YouTuber suggested, oh, use Promoter, use Sherry, junk, all junk. And so let me switch back to my notepad here. Okay, I hope you guys can see my notepad now. Let me pull it up for myself over here.
Well, I'm just about to see if, while we're doing this, I think I can share this in the local video Jackpot group as well. It's just preparing the live stream now.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so first of all, I found that most of the videos that I saw on YouTube, like I said, they're from creators who have 100,000 subscribers, 200,000 subscribers, and so they're talking about how to grow further. Well, that's great, but that doesn't help somebody who's brand new, who doesn't have thousands of subscribers.
Yeah.
Now, I also was, people told me about other websites where you could purchase subscribers. And it's true, you can. But these are, again, going to be the same thing as what you get with Promoter, where basically you're getting dead subscribers who will show up because they're paid to show up, and then you'll never hear from them again. So what's the point of doing that? Mm. So, you know, if you want actual subscribers, people are actually going to comment, people are going to interact with your videos, people are going to keep coming back. You need to approach this from a very different way. And so that's basically what I started doing. Instead of looking at all these gurus and what they were suggesting to me, instead what I started doing was I said, okay, what do I enjoy looking at on YouTube? And I'm a news junkie. I like to watch the news a lot. I like to watch a lot of political commentators. And so I started looking at some of these people and saying, what about them? What do I like about these people? And when I started to look at it that way, instead of looking at how can all these gurus, I started looking at how these actual YouTubers work. I said, oh, okay, so that's what they do. And I started copying what they did, and suddenly my channel started exploding. So the first thing we're going to talk about is consistency. So consistency is super, super, super important. I'll tell you why. And I found this for myself. If you are a YouTuber who puts up videos all the time, but you're not consistent about it, you do one on Monday and then another one Wednesday, and then you wait a week and then you put another one up, people are going to disappear from your channel. They forget about you. They don't know who you are. And frankly, there's so much video going up on YouTube that nobody cares, nobody's interested. So you have to be consistent about putting up videos. If you put up videos 3 times a day, 3 times a week, that's fine. I know one creator who actually puts up 5 videos every single day. God bless him, he's really busy. I actually put up 1 per day, but I'm not always available to put up 1 per day because I have a life.
Yeah.
I also have a dog who likes to bark.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Don't say it, you'll start it off again.
So I found that there's a really cool thing on YouTube. Let me show you here on YouTube real quick. When you go into YouTube, if you want to upload a video, so I go here, you can see I have all these things that like a lot of political commentary stuff because that's what I like to look at. But anyway, so if you click upload video, most people, when they do this, they're just going to select a file. But if you click here under public, you can actually select scheduled. And I'll pick a random video just to upload. This is fine. This is just a little clip, and we're going to talk about clips in a little bit. You can also do what's called Premiere, which I think actually YouTube really likes that. Basically, it looks kind of like a live stream. You won't see like the usual progress bar that you usually see instead there's kind of like a live stream kind of thing where people can actually see what the video is and see how it's and it looks like a live stream basically, and people can chat interactively while it's premiering. So it's a really cool feature which I like, and you can schedule it. And what I do is I go in here and obviously I am not in New York, but I work based on Eastern time, which most people do. And what I do is I actually just go in here and I schedule a video to premiere at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And what I can do is I can actually go ahead and record 5 videos all in one day. You know, I can go on the weekend, I can sit down and record 5 videos for the week. And I can just set them all up as a premiere to upload to my YouTube channel automatically. And every single day of the week, then I have the consistency of showing another video every single day.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
So it's something that, you know, you don't have to necessarily be a slave to say, oh my God, I have to go onto YouTube right now. I have to go upload another video right now. You can take a few hours one day, create all your videos, get them uploaded onto YouTube, and set them up for premieres with scheduling, and then you don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week. You're done for the week.
Yeah, that's good. So scheduling via premieres, or you call them premieres? Premieres? I call them premieres.
So actually, there's 2 different things. There's scheduling.
You say tomato, I say tomato. No, you say tomato, I say tomato.
Well, there's scheduling and there's premieres. So scheduling just lets you schedule when it's going to show up. Premiere makes it into an event.
Oh, okay, right. So what do you do?
I think YouTube actually likes when you do a premiere, because they want people to be more interactive with the channel. So it's kind of like an event where people can come and talk about the video while it's premiering.
Yeah, so it's like a watch party on Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can understand that they'd like that, because we've got people coming on to YouTube specifically for it and staying there because they're engaging, and so that's all going to help, etc., etc. Yeah, I understand.
Exactly. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is going to be custom thumbnails. So this is a huge thing on YouTube. And if you take a look at my videos, you're going to see that I have all these custom thumbnails on my YouTube channel. Now, I create them with a piece of software called, I'm blanking on the name. It's Affinity Designer. But I'm going to show you today a way to actually make them completely for free. And before I do that, let me just tell you why this is so vitally important. Because YouTube actually will promote your videos for you. They will show videos. They will show it as a suggested option when people are viewing other videos. And if people don't click through, then they're going to say, oh, this is a bad video, and we're not going to promote it anymore. And so you want to make sure that you have good quality thumbnails. The best way to do this, by the way, is to actually go and look for videos in your own niche and see what they're doing. So for example, let me go into Creator Studio real quick and delete this thing because I don't want this little clip to be showing up as an actual video that's going on my channel. The clip is the third thing we're going to be talking about. I will show you what I do as far as clips are concerned in just a moment, but let me just delete this real quick. Nope. Okay, whatever. I'll leave it for now. I don't want to waste time. So, but what you can do is like this. So for example, my niche is, of course, making money online. So I might go ahead and just search for make money online and say, okay, what are people actually putting up as thumbnails? So this is a nice looking thumbnail. That's an interesting looking thumbnail. And I'm going to see a lot of people have their face on their videos. So I said, okay, well, maybe I should have my face on my video. And a lot of people have like, sideways text. I said, well, maybe I should have sideways text. And so if you take a look at my videos, my channel.
Did you just say
I've just started doing?
You just say niche. Rowan is excited that you said niche and not niche.
Anyway, so you can see what I've been doing over here. I actually went and did something similar. I have a picture of myself here. I've got big words because it's a small thing. So you have to think about how it's going to appear when it's a small little thing over here. So you want these big words that people are going to notice, and you want something that looks a little bit clickbaity. $10 in minutes. So something like that is it's more clickbaity. It's going to get more people excited about taking a look at what this is all about.
Sorry about that. I just knocked a book off the side. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, so custom thumbnails. So what I want to show you is there's this really cool website. Let me see if I can find it for you here. Here we go. Let's share this screen. And let me pull it up for myself. Okay, this is a website called canva.com. Some of you may have heard of it, some may not have heard of it. What you can do here, this is actually, you can get it for free. You don't have to spend any money for Canva. And you can go in here and they will have a whole bunch of designs available. Some of them are paid, some of them are free. And you can actually see, let me get this out of my way here. You can actually go through all these things and you can actually go and customize these for yourself. So for example, let's say I'm a New Yorker. I like New York. So I can actually take this and say, hey, maybe I can customize this thing for myself. And it's super easy. So let's say instead of New York, I wanted to talk about Las Vegas. So all I do is just type in Las Vegas. Obviously, I got to get rid of the Statue of Liberty, although there is Lady Liberty in Vegas also. But you can see that you get the idea. And I can change the background image as needed as well. So all these different things can all be changed for me on inside of Canva, and then you can basically just click download, and you're going to get your channel art, your thumbnail art rather, and you can just upload it when you are inside of YouTube. You can just upload it all the way at the bottom. Actually, let me switch back over to this here.
Yeah, I love Canva. I use Canva every single day.
So for example, if I were to edit this particular video, okay, you will actually have a space right here that you can choose your own custom thumbnail. And it's really simple to use Canva. It's super easy to use. One of my favorite programs out there. I don't personally use it as much as I used to because I've now designed my own thumbnails. And I have a lot more creative freedom designing my own thumbnails than I do using Canva. But if you're new and you don't have the ability to do that, then Canva is a very good choice. Okay, so let's go back. I want to get to the third item, and then we're going to discuss a very special offer that we have for you. Let me see if I remember which. I think it's this one we need.
Yeah, Canva is fantastic, guys. If you've not used it, then definitely play around with it. I've actually been using Canva now for quite a few years, and it was another affiliate marketer, internet marketer, who introduced me to it on some training that I'd purchased myself when I was first starting out in this business. And he was showing me how you can use it to create the thumbnails that you layer on for your training videos inside your members area. And I started using it then, and I've used it ever since. It really is a great resource. Yeah. Thanks, Eric.
Yep. Okay, so the third thing I want to talk to you about is using clips. And this is something that I got from some political commentators that I like to look at. What they do is they have these little clips that they switch over to while they're speaking. And sometimes it's a clip from a movie. Sometimes they'll do a clip from a news show, whatever it is. And I said, well, that's a pretty cool idea. And I actually have innovated on their idea. And what I do now is I actually interact with my clips. So I'm going to show you very briefly. This is from a video that I just uploaded last night. I'm going to mute my speaker real quick so that you don't hear it twice through my speakers. And hopefully this will play correctly. So just bear with me.
Yeah, we can't hear any audio. Oh, we can now.
Okay.
Now, here on the channel, I do two things. I review software and info products to make money online. These basically, I want to make sure that you don't buy a bunch of crap.
What a load of crappy crap.
Bye, boy. Or how many times do I have to tell you? You gotta look at my reviews first. There's just no two ways about it. Look at my reviews, and you want to look at a bunch of crap. The guy never ever listens. I don't understand him. He never listens.
Okay, so that's what I want to show you guys. This is what I've been doing lately. I've actually innovated on the idea of using these little clips, and what I do is I actually interact with them.
So what's the copyright kind of situation on that? If it's a really short
that's a
one.
good question. And so I actually found a very, very good video here on YouTube. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Fair use for YouTube. This is actually from an actual lawyer, so not just from me. This is it. So this particular video, I'm not going to play it right now, but you can look it up for yourself later on.
Someone else's video clip or audio clip in your own YouTube video.
So this particular video talks about this. This is something called fair use. And basically fair use, in order to use somebody else's material, it is legally, it's perfectly legal to do it. You're allowed to do it, but there are certain rules. First of all, it should be as short as possible. So I usually use clips that are only a couple seconds long.
Yeah.
The second thing is that you should be commenting on those clips. So that's actually one of the reasons. What I started out doing was I was putting them in, and then I would put in like a little title with some sort of a comment. And then I said, well, I think it would actually be funnier if I actually interacted with them. And so I started interacting with them. And what I do is I script all my videos before I start recording. I have a script, and so I know when to turn to the side and say, Bart, you gotta look at my reviews. I don't understand you. Why don't you look at my reviews? So I actually know when I'm supposed to be doing that. And so then I cut it in post-processing later on. You guys in Local Video Jackpot, I showed you how to do this in OpenShot. I spliced these clips in. And so you have to interact with them. You also should put in your description that clips used are property of the copyright holder, whoever it is. And ideally, you also want to change them. You don't have to do this. The ideal would be to actually change them, to actually put something on them. So for example, if you take a clip and add on some sort of a funny graphic or something like that, that would actually be ideal, but you don't really have to. Pretty much if you're interacting with a clip, if you're mentioning that these are copyrighted materials that you're using, and as long as it's really, really short, generally you're not going to have a problem. I have yet to have a single copyright violation attributed to me, and I've been doing this for a while now. I haven't had a single complaint. So, and even on videos that I've gotten like 500 views on because I did some promotions on them.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. John Wogan says that's brilliant. He enjoyed your interaction with Bart there. The other thing I was going to just say as well, guys, is when it comes to copyright, I know that when it comes to music, for example, I think it's something like if it's from the 1920s and older, it goes out of copyright, so you can use it. But there's not a lot of good stuff out there that's from the 1920s or older that you could use on YouTube. But I use a site called Epidemic Sound, and that's a monthly subscription. I think it cost me 10 quid a month, and it has a huge library of really, really nice audio music. There's a few sound effects, but it's mainly for the music that I use it. And I use those for all sorts, sometimes for review videos in the background, but most often for promotional videos and sales videos, etc. And you've got no problem at all with copyright on that. So it's Epidemic Sound if you want to look that up. Yeah,
actually, for those who purchase Local Video Jackpot as well, one bonus is my Rolodex of free resources for video, for audio. And I actually have a list of, I think, about 5 or 6 websites where you can actually find free music to use on your videos.
Even better. Yeah. So look, now, I would always suggest that. See, for me, I'm a full-time internet marketer, and you know, I don't spend. I'm tight, right? I don't spend a lot of money, but it's only as my income has grown that I've started to invest in some subscriptions, but they're not expensive. But to begin with, You don't need to spend a lot of money. You don't need fancy equipment. Eric has given you a hell of a lot of resources inside local video Jackpot that you can use. And I would just always recommend that you do things as frugally as possible to begin with. Don't think that, oh, well, if I'm going to make a business of this, I need to buy. I mean, the mic that I'm using now, for example, I had done over $250,000 in sales before I bought my mic. Up until then, I was just using the mic that came with a webcam. So that gives you an idea of, you know, how, because a lot of people get wrapped up, Eric, don't they, in the whole sort of like,
oh, sure, absolutely.
You know, I did
also. I mean, I went, you know, before I became successful, I went and bought myself a Mac because I said, oh, well, all the big guys have Macs. I have to have a Mac also. Yeah. And I mean, truth be told, I do like having a Mac, but it really wasn't a necessity.
Yeah, and it's difficult because I think also what can happen is you can get tied up with the kind of concept that you think that you're making progress and you're going in the right direction because you're setting things up. So you're like, well, I'm going to get myself a new laptop and I'm going to get myself a new mic. I'm going to get myself, you know, a new office setup, etc., and green screen and all that sort of stuff. But you don't need to get all the gear to begin with. There's so much you can do with free resources and cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, I'll tell you something. I was speaking to another internet marketer a couple of weeks ago, and you know, one of my mentors is Stephen Alvey. He's a great guy. I love him. He put out a video talking about how he edits his videos. He's talking about using Adobe Premiere and all these super expensive things. Yeah, and I was like, dude, I do all that for free.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, seriously, I'm not spending you know $1,000 to buy Adobe Premiere right away. You know, so anyway, but that was something that it was kind of an eye opener for me because Steven is already a huge internet marketer himself. He's very successful, and so for him, it's like, well, of course, why wouldn't I spend the money for this? But to me, I was like, hey, when I was just getting started, I didn't have that kind of money to spend.
No,
so
that's right.
Find ways to do things for free.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all in that kind of boat when we're getting started. The reason that we're attracted to the make money online niche, or niche, as some of you might want to say, is because we want to make money online, and usually it's because we haven't got enough money. I mean, certainly that was my situation. So the last thing you want to be doing is having to keep spend, and you're also thinking like, well, is it the right thing or the wrong thing to do? You know, will that move me in the right direction, or will it not make any difference at all, or will it pull me back a little bit, etc. So wherever possible, go for, you know, cheap options, free options, and just keep things basic until you find something that works. And then when you've got an income that is consistent and you're sustaining it, then you can go and invest further into your business because that's a wise thing to do. Larry says, don't get all the gear that Jono gets for video. Well, Jono, to be fair now, I mean, apart from the fact that he earns a fortune, he's now going into video, Larry, isn't he? So he's actually creating videos, shooting videos for clients. The last one that he did over in, I think he went to Switzerland on a $10,000 video shoot, expenses paid, so not a bad life. Mark says, have to leave for work. Please send a link to the recording of this webinar. Thanks. No problem, Mark. Thanks for joining us. So Eric, thanks very much for what you've shared there. Has anybody got any questions?
I want to share one more thing before we
please do.
So these video clips, how do you get them? So the easiest thing that I found to do.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm sure that's what everybody, I forgot that. Yeah. Where do you get them?
So you go right here on YouTube. Basically, anything you want, you can pretty much search for it here on YouTube. So, for example, if I wanted to have Bart Says Crap, okay, this is how I found this actually. I just went and searched for it, and you can find a whole bunch of little clips here. So this is actually the clip that I used. For it. You see it's only 34 seconds. And what I did was, all you do is open up the clip, and I'll pause it. I'm going to right click it and copy the video URL. And then what we do is we actually go to this website. It's called Y2Mate. We paste the link in there, and you can just click download, and you'll have the clip. And then basically what you do is you go into OpenShot and you kind of like edit it down to just the section that you actually want, so that you don't have this long clip. Another example over here that I did when I was starting to work on marketing for local video Jackpot, you know, the word that came to my mind is that it's going to be huge, because I had so much stuff going on. Let me pause this. I had so much stuff going on. I said, you know what would be funny to put up on Facebook? And I said, you know, if I can find a good clip of President Trump saying huge.
Video clip or audio clip?
So I just put in here, President Trump huge. And I ended up finding this clip right here, where Donald Trump is basically interviewing himself in the mirror. Let me take it to the end so you can see.
Okay, one last question, and be honest. If you win, is your vice president going to be more of I
One second.
pathetic show has ever seen? It's going to be you. Start the music.
Okay, so that's basically I went and downloaded this particular clip, and then I cut out the whole thing until where it says they're talking and they're saying it's going to be huge, and then I put this up on Facebook, and I said, local video Jackpot is coming, and I'm going to let the President of the United States tell you exactly how big it's going to be.
Yeah, that is clever, and you know the fact that it's going to be huge is probably only about 2 or 3 seconds. I bet you can't get in any trouble whatsoever with that, and so there's a completely untapped market there, isn't there? Untapped library of everything you could ever want to include in your videos to liven them up a little bit. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, let's face it. If Eric, if you phoned up the White House and said, any chance that Mr. Trump could just record this video for me for 3 seconds, number one, they'd tell you to sling your hook, and number two, they'd say, yeah, we can do it. It's going to cost you $250,000. You know, this is like really powerful stuff to integrate into your videos and keep the engagement. And so this is what you're saying, right? The whole thing is about engagement, keeping people watching longer, keeping them entertained, and making them want to stay until
I'll show you my analytics. You can take a look over here. So I have been getting about a minute 56, and now 10 minutes 9 seconds.
Wow, yeah, look at that. That's a great graph, isn't it?
Okay.
And the watch time as well.
Look how much the watch time has gone up. Okay, number of views have like skyrocketed. I used to get like nothing, and now I'm regularly getting hundreds of views.
Yeah.
And my retention has gone up. My retention used to be, my overall retention I think was about 15%, which is horrendous. A healthy retention is about 40 to 50%. And I'm happy to report that I'm now hitting between 39 to 40% retention for lifetime, and my more recent videos are actually getting retention rates of in the range of about 60 to 70%.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's something really powerful that's going to help a channel to rank here on YouTube.
It's like a snowball effect as well with YouTube, because the more watch time that you get and the more engagement that you get, the more YouTube will serve yours up in the suggested videos, which means the more watch time you get and the more engagement you get and the more they'll serve it up. And you'll find that if you embark on a journey that, you know, similar to Eric's, that it kind of just begins to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And as I said earlier on in the call, there are affiliates that I've been speaking to that I've been noticing they've been doing like really insane numbers, and some of them supporting some of my launches. And I'm like, what? How are you doing that? You know, you're a newbie. You don't have a buyers list. How on earth have you done that? And they're doing it through YouTube, and they're doing it through using a similar kind of strategy to Eric's, and that is increasing the engagement, growing their subscribers, and doing it solidly. You know, so if Eric was to go from 20 or 30 subscribers to 10,000 in a week, that would not be real, and it would probably get his account shut down. But the way Eric does it is very, very safe and very solid, and it will just grow and grow and grow. And then that has a knock-on effect, guys, as well, because the more viewers that you get on your channel, the bigger the audience that you can grow in your AdWords audiences. AdWords, Google owns YouTube. Google obviously controls AdWords, and when you advertise on YouTube, you're doing it through AdWords. So you grow your audiences, and they also then create what's called a lookalike audience. So your channel will have a lookalike audience growing as well. And then you can retarget those people. You can retarget the people that have been on your channel, a broad channel, retargeting, or specific videos, or you can retarget the lookalike audience. And that grows and grows and grows. And as that grows, the more results you get with your advertising, and the cheaper your advertising becomes. And then you can earn likes and subscribes out of the views that you get on your advertising. And it just snowballs, So it's the future is video without a shadow of a doubt. A couple of questions, let me see. Roger G says, I joined late. You have a replay. Will you have a replay, Eric? Also, how do I mute mic in Zoom? All you attendees are muted, so don't worry about that. You can burp, fart, laugh, have your dog barking, do what you like. We can't hear you, so that's fine. Sid says, are you going to send out a replay? I missed the first half. Yes, we will be sending out a replay. So far, the recording, we've got until this point. I can't see there being an issue. The only time I can definitely say we can get you a replay is once this is rendered, downloaded, and re-uploaded to YouTube. Then I can say there's the replay. So fantastic. Okay.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. I'm going to throw it back to you, Trevor.
Yep. Okay. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. So before we move on, anybody got any questions at all based on what you've seen so far? Let me see if there are any questions in here. Dave John, do you edit video clips inside YouTube?
No, actually, I don't edit inside of YouTube. I use either OpenShot, or there's another program I've been experimenting with, which is called DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is actually really, really complicated to use. So unless you're really, really into video, it's better to stick with OpenShot. OpenShot is really simple, and you can do basic editing inside of OpenShot without a problem. DaVinci Resolve is also free, but it's much more like Adobe Premiere. It's got a lot of very high-end features. And so, there's a lot of things you can do in DaVinci Resolve that you can't do in OpenShot, but it is more complicated to use. And you do kind of need some training in order to figure out how to use it, in order to use it effectively, that is.
Sure. Haven't we got some training on that as well? I think.
Yes, we do.
And that's going to be included in what we're about to tell them about, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that leads us nicely into that then. What a great little transition there. So there we go. So just to say thanks, Aaron. I'm just going to get rid of my jing. I don't know if you can. You probably can't see that. That's good. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that with us. As we said, we wanted to give you some training, and we told you that there'd be an offer at the end. Now, I've just got to say, before I go into any detail on this, it is a little bit insane. But if you've gone through local video jackpot, you've probably seen that Eric is, I don't know, a workaholic would be one word, but king of over delivering is definitely another word that I would use for him. When I was putting together local video jackpot, I literally could not keep up. In fact, there's still content that we've got left to include. I couldn't keep up with the amount of content that Eric was giving. He was so dedicated to providing the most incredible value, and I'm sure that you've all seen that is absolutely the case. So if you've enjoyed today's training and you'd like the opportunity to take things to the next level and scale up your income online, then we've got a very special, but I must say it is genuinely limited. And you're going to see why. This isn't any BS. I posted in the group and I said to you, the nice thing about Eric, Bobby, and myself is that we all share something in common. That is, we don't like the bullshit. All right. We are straight players. Those of you that, and the names that I've seen on here tonight that I know, the people that I know a lot of you very, very well now, you're a part of my family, you're part of my online family, and you know that I'm not a bullshitter. So, and so we were talking about what we could do for you guys and training, etc., etc. And we had the conversation, and I remember this because I was walking Jim. It was just getting dark. I was talking backwards and forwards to Eric via voice message on Facebook Messenger on my phone, and it was an interesting conversation, Eric, wasn't it? We had a lot of chat, and we all agreed that we're not going to do one of these kind of tell you we've got a coaching webinar, then get you on and just tell you a rags to riches story and then pitch you, because you've seen that enough times. You know, I know you guys are not daft. And so I would be embarrassed to treat you as if you were not the intelligent, valuable family members that you are. So that's why we wanted to give you some solid training and then just tell you about this offer. Now, this offer as well, because of the way we were talking, has changed quite a lot, and we've adapted it in a couple of ways, and it's typical of Eric's style. And that is, number one, we've brought the price down considerably, and number two, we've increased what you get considerably. It's like a typical kind of local video jackpot scenario. Now, as you know, as you've been listening over the last few months, Eric's been working on this brand new project, and this will provide you everything you need to scale up your results and your income. And for the first 30 people, we've got this incredible proposition. It can't be any more than 30 people because Eric won't physically be able to handle you. But as I said before, I've seen incredible results from people working on YouTube, to the extent that I know that Bobby is now actively working on this. Eric is now actively working on this. I am, and so are quite a few of my close internet marketing friends, because we can see the future. And I've seen that demonstration of how when you grow your YouTube channel, YouTube rewards you, and the snowball gets bigger and bigger. It gathers momentum, it grows and it grows and it grows, and everything is better for that. The amount of views you get, the amount of subscribers you get, but more importantly, guys, the amount of money you can make. Now, money might not be what you're into, but I'm guessing it probably does help to have a bit more. I know it certainly helps me to have a bit more. I've come from a situation in the last couple of years where I was in a hell of a lot of debt, had a hell of a lot of stress, and did not know where to turn. And then I took a huge leap of faith and I went into internet marketing full time. And I am so relieved. You know, over the Easter weekend, I was telling my family about the difference in our life and how I've managed to pull it around. And it's, you know, it's a lovely feeling. It really is. And there is no limit to what you can do when you're working online. Apart from, I mean, whether you want to be a trillionaire, there could be a limit. But it's huge. The internet is huge. This is a big planet. You know, we've got 7 billion people on here, and most of them now are getting onto the internet. And you only need a tiny, 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 tiny sliver of the cake to get a big, big income out of the internet. So if you'd like to know more about this, then please give us a 1 in the chat box. Otherwise, I'm going to say good night, God bless, and I'll see you all soon. So give us a 1 in the chat box, guys, if you'd like to know a bit more. Now, I can't see the chat box, but I can pull it up. Oh, I can see, right. Yeah, so I'm getting 1s all over the place. Yeah, Roger, Jim, Dave, Kay, Caton, Tony, XT1710-2, Rowan, Larry, Roger, Missy. Oh, Missy, how are you doing? I didn't see you on earlier. Ahmed, John, yep, loads and loads of 1s. Awesome. Okay, so here you go. So it's called Tube Dominator Platinum. And you may have seen on the left-hand corner of this page, there's the little logo there. And as you've probably already realized, we're going to be over-delivering big time. And I'm going to get through this quickly. I don't want to waste any of your time, so I'm not going to go and kind of fluff it up, but you are going to see that this is something that you're probably going to think, oh, actually, maybe I should be considering this. So we're offering 30 lucky students the opportunity to get the following here today. So 4 weeks live coaching, valued at 1997. These are going to be live coaching webinars complete with replays, during which you'll learn how to build your YouTube channel fast and safely, as we said earlier on. This is an important thing as well, because I know people. In fact, I met somebody last year at one of the events, international events that I went to in this industry, and he was at the top of his game and he was making a huge amount of money, but he lost his channel. Now, he's still doing okay, but he lost his channel, and that can happen, you know, if you don't do things the right way. So you want to grow your channel fast, you want to grow it safely, you want to increase your engagement, and you want to learn how to rank your videos and monetize them. Well, all of that is going to be covered in the 4 weeks live coaching, right, Eric?
Yep, absolutely.
So
we're going to be covering basically how to grow your channel. We're going to be doing a deep dive into DaVinci Resolve. I'm going to show you everything that I've been doing in order to grow my channel. There's a lot more than what I was able to cover tonight in this single webinar. There's a ton of additional stuff. There's a ton of additional resources I'm going to be sharing with you. So you're really going to get like everything that I know, you're going to know by the time we're done.
Absolutely. Thanks, Eric. So you're also going to get, and this, I had to double check this with Eric because knowing what he's like, 10 done for you websites, is it? Done for you websites in 10 niches. Is it 10 websites they're going to get?
10 websites. Basically, you guys got a ready-made website for local video Jackpot, but these are actually going to be a little bit more in-depth. I'm probably going to throw in a free blog post with them as well. And basically what you're going to get, these are going to be ready-made websites that you can import for customers, and then I'm going to show you a video on how to customize them for your customers. And you can sell them for $1,000, $2,000. I actually just finished putting together a website for a customer, and I'm charging him $1,400 for it. And this was something that I built from scratch, and it took me about 6 hours of work to build it from scratch for $1,400. But you actually will get these things, and you'll be able to customize them in an hour, maybe less, and you'll be able to sell them for the same money that I'm selling, because it's basically the same kind of a website. It's just that everything is already done for you.
Yeah, I definitely had to check with that. Sorry, I'm just going to log out of Facebook, guys. Just bear with me 1 second, because people are starting to ping me up now. So just hold on 1 second. Do apologize. It always catches me out. I have to have it on first of all. So I've been on and tell people that we're live. So let me just get back to the slides. Okay. Right. So yeah, the 10 done for you websites or in 10 niches. I double checked it with Eric, and I had a bit of a conversation with him because I know that this stuff can take a lot of time and effort. And I know that Eric is very committed to providing insane value. I just wanted to make sure that he was aware what he was offering there, and he was aware. So, you know, when Eric comes to me afterwards and says, "Oh, Trevor, I wish I hadn't agreed to this. This is taking forever," you know, that you guys have witnessed that Eric says he's aware of what he's offering you. It is insane value. You're also going to get 5 custom intro and outro videos, along with how to append them to customers' videos. So do you want to tell us about that, Eric?
Sure. So if you take a look at my videos on YouTube, I'm not going to start sharing my screen out to show you, but basically you'll see that I have one of these Hollywood-style intros with my logo kind of flashing all over the place. And all the big YouTube channels have these kind of Hollywood-style intros that they run. And so I have specialized software that makes it for me. And what you're going to do is you're going to have 6 months to redeem this, and you can actually sell these to your clients for $99. That's what I charge clients for these things. And what you'll do is basically you're going to send me your client's logo, and you're going to pick one of these intros. There's also outros. I have custom outros as well. And you're going to send me the information, and I will render it for you in this custom software that I have and send it back to you, and you'll be able to sell it, to go ahead and sell it to your customer for $99 a piece. It's easy money, and it's a really great thing because most people don't know where to get these things done, but you're going to get them from me, and you won't have to buy the software. The software is super expensive. I already own a license for it. You know, like Trevor said, I kind of like went all in and bought all the shiny objects. But since I have the license for it, I'm willing to share it with you guys and give you these things for free. and you'll be able to sell them to your customers.
Yeah, sometimes people going all in the beginning can work to your advantage. So you're going to take advantage of Eric going all in the beginning, because obviously he can now do this kind of stuff for you. Thanks, Eric. 5 done-for-you logos redeemed within 6 months. Do you want to tell us about that one?
Sure. So basically, again, logos are a huge, huge thing. You can sell logos for $100, $200 a piece easily. And again, like I said, I went all in, and I have licenses for logos. And so we're going to get, I think I gave you about 40 different choices, which you can have customized for your customers. And by the way, you're not just going to get a logo, because you can get a free logo. There's like websites you can get free logos. They're low-res logos. What you're going to get from me is actually what's called a vector file. A vector file basically means it's a logo that can actually scale to any size. You could literally make it as big as the Empire State Building if you wanted to, and it would not lose resolution. The free stuff that you get on free logo sites is going to be very, very low quality stuff. This is super high quality stuff. You can easily sell for $200 a piece to your customers. Again, it's work for me to actually customize them for you. So that's why I'm only giving you 5 of them, because otherwise I'm going to be swamped with work to constantly be customizing these things for you. But I do want to give you guys a lot of value. So that's why I'm giving you these 5 logos. You can go ahead and tell me which logo your customer wants and the name of their business, and I will customize it and send it back to you as a vector file, as well as a PNG, so that they can also use it with whatever else they want to use it for.
Perfect. Thanks, Eric. So you can see already that this is, I told you, it's ridiculous. It really is. You're going to love this, and you will not believe what you're going to get all this for. Also, training on how to easily create bespoke websites in any niche using Elementor and Astra themes.
Right.
Eric?
So basically, as I said, I just sold a website to a client of mine for $1,400, and what I did was, as I was building it, I said, well, okay, I'm going to record myself doing this, and I'm going to say these are the steps I'm taking, and I actually show you as I'm building the website. This is what I did for this. This is what I did for this. This is what I did for this, and I show you the finished product once I'm all done with it, and I tell you, okay, this is exactly how I did it, and I did it all using free tools. You don't have to spend any money for these things. And by the time you finish all the training, it's about 5 videos that I shot. It's about 2 hours of training. By the time you finish doing all the training, you're going to be able to do it yourself, and you can easily go ahead and sell these websites also for $1,000, $2,000. And so so it won't take you an hour. It'll take you about 5 or 6 hours to go and customize a website for your client. But still, $1,400 for 6 hours of work, I think is pretty good money.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, as well, remember, guys, what I've always been saying to anyone that buys Local Video Jackpot is that when you say local, it doesn't have to be the people that are local to you. Local is, for us, global. Local can be any local business in any city, town, in any country in the world that you can reach out to thanks to the internet. And that's why this is, it's such a fantastic business to get into. And all of these things that Eric's talking about here, the added value that you get in here, are all extras that you can sell to your customer. You get your customer, and then they're like, oh, I love you. I really love you, Eric. You've done this for me. You say, well, would you like one of these? And what about this? Have you got this taken care of? And, these are all extras that you can add in, and you can maximize the amount of money that you get from your customers. Now, this one, I really had to double check, because this is crazy, ridiculously crazy. 6 months direct access. In other words, virtually one-on-one coaching to access Eric's cell phone for 6 months. Eric, tell us, have you lost the plot, mate, or what's going on here?
I might live to regret this, but yeah.
I think you might.
You're basically, I actually was inspired to this from my mentor, Stephen Alvey. I have this arrangement with him. I pay him a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money to have access to him. And to me, it's worth it. I pay a monthly fee. And you're getting 6 months completely for free. You don't have to spend a penny in order to actually have access to me. You'll be able to contact me. You're going to download an app called Voxer. It's available for iOS as well as for Android. And basically, it's kind of like a walkie-talkie kind of thing. You'll record what you need. You let me know, and I will get back to you. And you're going to have access for 6 months completely for free, included with this package.
Insane. Absolutely insane. I'll tell you what, guys, now's the time to take advantage, because I guarantee you, Eric is not going to be offering this again. 10 done for you YouTube thumbnails that you can customize for clients.
So basically, as I said, Canva is a great resource, but it's somewhat limited. And because I have the software to be able to create custom thumbnails, I'm going to create a bunch of custom thumbnails that you're going to be able to customize for your clients. And then I'm going to show you another free website that you can actually use to edit them, so you can customize them for your clients and actually sell these things as well to your clients.
Yeah, and we've talked about the difference that thumbnails can make, and that's in any industry, in any niche, wherever you look. The thumbnails are the things that do it. They're the things that draw the eye across and make you click on them. So that is a service that is fun and easy to do for your clients, and very lucrative. We've also got extra training videos by Eric, and there's already we've got a members area ready and waiting with a ton of stuff. I mean, it's insane again, and the extra training videos are in there already waiting for you. We've also got a whole ton of extra training. So you've got split testing training, lead generation training, product launching training, video marketing training, Pinterest training, raising capital training, traffic methods training, social signals training, building a PBN, which is a private blog network, by the way. And a PBN is something that you use to help rank your YouTube videos and websites if you've got them as well. Paid ads on Google, paid ads on Twitter, and paid ads on Facebook. Now, all of that, as you're not going to be surprised, comes to a total real-world value of $12,140. I actually think it probably comes to a lot more than that, because what we're talking about is Eric really doing the stuff for you, rather than it being a bit of BS that you usually see on these kind of presentations. You really are getting the value from Eric. And if there was one thing that kind of really stood out for me, it was the ability to have Eric by your side for 6 months using Voxer. I think that is incredible. I think that he may decide that it's going to be less than 30 that he can take, but we'll see. So total value $12,140. We figure that this is worth $1,997 all day long. You guys have seen the kind of offers that are out there in this market. You've probably seen offers from people that don't really have their heart in it. I'm not knocking anybody, but you've seen the way Eric works. You can tell just by what the experiences you've had with Eric so far with Local Video Jackpot, the way he's over-delivered, what he's shown you here tonight, and what he's offering you here, that you know that this is worth $1,997 all day long, without a shadow of a doubt. But obviously, I did say to you that we've decided to over-deliver and reduce the price down, because we want to get the first 30 on board and change some lives here. So we decided to take that down to just $997. Now, you may remember that we had this conversation chat between myself and Eric and Bobby while I was walking gym about a week ago, nice evening. And we talked about the BS, and we talked about the affordability, and we talked about people helping us out, and wanting to help you guys out, etc. So we had the 997 conversation. We had the 1997, we had the 997 conversation. And we decided that although 997 was without a shadow of a doubt incredible value, and we knew that we would go to bed, rest our head on the pillow, and sleep comfortably with a smile on our face, knowing that we were taking care of 30 very special people for $997 that would get incredible value, we thought we'd do something really special for you guys to give you all a chance to jump on board with this. So for the first 30 people only, we've decided to take 95% off of the total price and bring it down to just $497. Now that $497 gets you everything that you've seen, gets you everything that we've just gone through, including the 10 done for you websites, including the 6 months with Eric on his Voxer, on it, direct access to his cell phone, the whole lot. YouTube, it's tubedominator.net/VIP is the link that takes you to the special page with this price on there. But we've also got a 4 payment special deal for you. So if you're thinking, Trev, Eric, 497, fantastic, but no, I haven't even got that. I know it's crazy value. Then you can just pay $139 today. Then you will be rebilled 3 more times every 7 days. So you end up paying a little bit more, but it's very, very affordable. Now, remember, that includes 4 weeks live coaching on top of all of this, where you're going to get a coaching call with Eric, taking you through, guiding you by the hand, and teaching you a ton of stuff on top of everything that's already in the members area waiting for you. You're going to get the done for you websites in 10 niches. You're going to get 5 custom intro and outro videos that you can go and sell on, 5 done for you logos that you can go and sell on. You're going to get training on how to make those websites that you can sell for $1,500, and you can sell them over and over again. You're going to get 6 months direct access coaching to his cell phone. You're going to get 10 done for you YouTube thumbnails and extra training videos by Eric, as well as all the other stuff that I showed you, which was a ton of content. All of that is going to be included for just $497. So let me just put the link in the chat box here. I'm just going to have to come out of this share for a second, and I'll get that. Have anybody got any questions so far on what you've seen and what we've told you?
It looks like Dylan has a question about the website. So the websites, I'm going to do them in the same niches as the front end of Local Video Jackpot. So you already have 10 videos that you can already stick into these websites, and basically I'm going to teach you how to stick them into these websites, and it's going to be the same niches. Excellent. So that's, and yes, they're going to be WordPress based, yes.
Okay, I've just put the link in there, guys.
With all the security features and all the other stuff that people are going to want to have inside of WordPress. So that's that. And by the way, I just want to sweeten the deal. Actually, I was just telling Trevor about this today. I have a launch coming up of a new product that a new software product that I just got the code back from my developer today. It's a brand new product. Basically, what this does is it will improve the chances of actually getting a good email address, because email marketing is very important for any niche, not just for this niche, for any niche. And the trouble is that most people have a different email address that they use for getting the free offer, or sometimes they just put gibberish into the opt-in page in order to get the free offer, and they don't actually have don't give you the real email address. So this software, what it does is it's designed to work inside of a mobile that most people are using, and what it's going to do is it's going to actually force people to give you their real name and give you their primary email address, so that you're much more likely to actually get good open rates, and you'll see that the open rates are going to skyrocket when you use the software. I am going to be selling it to my entire list. I haven't decided on a price yet. I'm thinking in the neighborhood of $197. For the first 10 people who take advantage of Tube Dominator, I am going to give you access to this for free. It's not ready. It'll be ready within a week or two. You're going to get it for free for the first 10 people who jump on board.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Wow. This is what I'm talking about, guys. So look, you're in safe hands with Eric, because I've just never met anybody like it. He just gives and gives and gives. So don't forget, you've got 2 choices here. You can go for the one-off payment of $497, and this is a $1997 deal, but we've also increased the content that you get massively. Plus, you got the 4 weeks live coaching as well. Well, you can go for that split payment and just pay $139 today. It's incredible. And that little gem that you've just added on the end there for the first 10 is just insane. I mean, that is incredibly insane. Now, the other thing that we need to talk about as well, Eric, is the special guarantee, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. We wanted to make sure that this was just a complete no-brainer for everybody. And so we said, okay, what can we offer as a guarantee, like an ironclad guarantee to all of you that maybe you're on the fence about this, you're wondering if it's worth your while. So we decided that we're gonna guarantee that you're going to 10x your money within 3 months. you're going to 10x your money within 3 months. And if you don't manage to do it with all this training, then we're going to actually work with you until you get to that point where you're 10x your money.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. That is a solid guarantee. You can't get better than that, guys. So there's no risk at the end of the day, and it's a great opportunity for you guys to move forward. So if anybody's got any questions, let us know. Let me just run back on the slides here and give you a quick reminder of everything you get for this, which is incredible. So you got the 4 weeks live coaching. You got the done for you website in 10 niches. 5 custom intro and outro videos, 5 done for you logos, training on how to easily create those bespoke websites, 6 months direct access to Eric's cell phone, 10 done for you YouTube thumbnails, extra training by Eric, split testing, lead gen, product launching, video marketing, Pinterest training, raising capital, traffic methods, social signals training, building a PBN, paid ads on Google, paid ads on Twitter, paid ads on Facebook. And all of that is already sitting inside the members area waiting for you guys to access. So it's a $12,000 package, and we've brought that down all the way to just $497, which I think is just incredible. And I'm proud to offer that. So the link is in the chat box there, guys. You can see the link on the site as well on the screen, tubedominator.net/VIP. If you go ahead and click on that, you'll be able to choose which option you want, whether it's the one payment or the 4-way split, to make it a bit easier for you guys. If anyone's got any questions, let us know before we wrap this up.
Looks like there's a question from Roger. Wants to know, I hate cold calling, but will talk if they call me. So you're not going to be cold calling. The training in Local Video Jackpot is not really about cold calling. It's about making a relationship with people and becoming friends with them, rather than simply going out and just cold calling and saying, hey, I'm interested in your business. You're not going to start out saying I'm interested in your business. It's a very different method than traditional sales.
So will Tube Dominator help him, I think is what he's asking.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It'll definitely help you tremendously. I mean, what you could actually do with Tube Dominator, by the way, you could actually, I just saw somebody talking about this in our Facebook group. What you can actually do is create a channel around a particular niche, and then basically rent it out to a client. You can create a channel, rank it, have the videos in there already, and then you can go to a client and say, hey, you know what? I have this ready-made channel. It's got everything that you want in, I don't know, plumbing, whatever niche it is. I've got this ready-made channel in plumbing, and I'm going to rent it to you to basically for you to be able to get business coming into your business, and I'll put your links in all the descriptions, everything, and I'm going to rent it to you. So that's something that's like amazing. They can just get started with it just with that.
Awesome. Well, I can see, just checking online here, that the 30 spaces are already beginning to go. Eric, you'll be pleased to know, or maybe not. You might regret it.
It means I have a lot of work ahead of me.
Yeah, mate, definitely. It's not surprising because this is an incredible offer. Any more questions, guys? And if anybody would like to say thank you to Eric for everything he's shared, then I'm sure he'd love to hear that. Give Eric a little hand. Let's see what we've got here. Roger has purchased. Congratulations, Roger. Welcome aboard. Let me see. Okay.
Rowan, yes, you can 10X if you haven't started. So obviously you do need to get started, but I'm going to be holding your hand basically to show you everything you need to know in order to get started.
Yeah, I mean, local business is such a lovely thing because the people running the local businesses are doing exactly that. They're running their businesses. And when you come along and you can provide these different services for them, you are the hero. And they think that, you probably know a lot more than you do. But you don't need to know a lot. It's not as difficult as it sounds. It's very easy to start getting the money rolling in. Nick says, thanks, Eric. Definitely over the top value. Jim Kuhn, thanks, Eric and Trevor. Rowan, very grateful for your time. Both of you would like to partake, but find I am not in the financial position to do so right now. So sorry, boys. No, that's fine. But we wanted to give you that 4-way split as well. So it's just $139. But of course, if things change, Rowan, then come back if there's still spaces left. At the end of the day, this is a genuine opportunity to make money, and there's a lot of stuff out there that is not. So, this is offering solid services to local businesses all over the world. That is a no-brainer. Some of the stuff that comes out these days on how to make money is not necessarily going to be the easiest route. This is a nice, comfortable route, and you'll be trained by somebody who's genuine, ethical, honest, caring, hardworking, over-deliverer, Mr. Eric Hammer. So, okay, Lynn says, great call, thank you. Thank you very much.
Dave, welcome aboard. I see you purchased.
Brilliant, thanks, Dave. Good to see you on board. So the spaces are going, guys. The spaces are going. And the first 10 are going to get that extra bonus, which is worth $197, was it, Eric?
Yeah.
So on top of the $12,000, it's ridiculous. I'll tell you what, if you don't join right now live, then go back over the replay, have a little think about it, and you might realize that this is something that you need to get on before those 30 spaces go. And if you can, before the 10 spaces go, so you get that extra special bonus as well. I can tell already that it's not going to be long. They won't be hanging around long. Okay, guys, so we're going to wrap it up now. If you've got any more questions, then please let us know. If you're typing a question into the Q&A box and you haven't finished yet, then just let us know in the chat that you are typing. So just put in the chat, type in, and then we'll know there's something coming in the questions. Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up, and we're going to say a huge welcome and congratulations to you guys that have already jumped on. I'm not surprised to see that kind of response. It's what I expected. And for those of you that haven't yet, then I do strongly recommend that you take a look at this seriously, because this is a solid investment in your future and something that can really make all the difference to you. And don't forget, we've got that special, that 4-way split, just $139 today. And that you're going to get instant access to the members area, which is enormous. There is a ton of stuff in there. It took me a long time to, again, go back to local video Jackpot. It's like, Eric, you sure all of this? Yeah, and there's more, Trev, It just kept coming and coming and coming. So that's already in there and waiting for you. And Toinette says, when is the replay? Well, I need to stop broadcasting now, and then I'll hit render, and then I'll download, and then I'll upload, and then I'll send it out to you guys. So it will be as soon as possible.
Sorry, Roger, what was your question? You said you have information overload. Yeah, it's a lot. And I know I'm kind of throwing a lot at you guys here, but we will hopefully have the replay, and of course all of the live coaching calls are going to have replays as well. So you'll be able to go over it and actually see what was inside the live calls, and you'll have access to that inside the members area as well.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, information overload is something that's very, very common in this industry, and it's something that I used to get when I was first starting out. And I think that the biggest thing is that you have so many different opportunities being presented to you all the time. You want one of them to be the one that's going to make a difference, and you're often disappointed. We've all been there we've all been there many, many times, and myself and Eric and Bobby, we've all traveled the same journey that you guys are traveling, and it just comes to a point where you find something that works and then you get stuck in. So with regards to information overload, if you've got a situation like this where you've got Eric who's not only been there and done it, but he's still doing it, taking you by the hand and saying, look, just relax. This is what we're doing here. These are our potential clients. These are the services that we're going to be selling to them. And we're going to be concentrating on teaching you everything you need to know about YouTube domination. That is that's useful to you on so many different levels. But yeah, I understand information overload, something that we all get without a shadow of a doubt. But you know, it's the easiest way for me when I was feeling like that was if I committed to something, say like said, right, do you know what, I'm going to go for this with Eric because I know he's a solid guy. I know that he's going to look after me. I know that the information is going to be straightforward and he's going to over deliver, etc. Then I would just block everything else out and just concentrate on that one thing. And all of a sudden you feel a relief because you think, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing now. Thank God for that. That's what I did. You just concentrate on the one thing and you move forward with that. Okay, guys, so thanks very much to all of you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed it today. We're going to wrap this up now because the time is getting on. I need to render this video. If you've got any questions, please do reach out to us in the Facebook group, or you can get us on Facebook Messenger, email, etc., etc. And I'd like to say a huge thank you to Eric for everything you've given us so far tonight and previously in Local Video Jackpot. And we'll hopefully see 30 of you inside this group. So thanks, guys, and all the best. Thanks, Eric.
My pleasure.